Take a moment in the morning. You sit on the edge of your bed, feet touching the floor, and take a deep breath. But something feels different. Everything seems just a little heavier than it did yesterday. Your legs don't exactly hurt, but your steps feel slower. Your hands aren't too weak to function, but that firm sense of strength you once had is fading. You might tell yourself, it's just age. And yes, part of it is. But here's the truth that most older adults are never told. You don't lose muscle because you're aging. You lose it because your body isn't getting what it needs at the right time to recover. I'm Dr. Michael Anders. For over 40 years working in the field of geriatrics, I've met hundreds of patients just like you people who aren't sick, who haven't been injured, yet wake up each morning feeling weaker, more tired, and sometimes even helpless doing the smallest tasks. They believe it's just the natural process of aging. But the truth is, their bodies are struggling because they're running out of the essential fuel they need, especially during the most critical time of all, the night. And the amazing part is, you don't have to overhaul your entire life to regain your strength. No intense workouts, no strict diets. All it takes is adjusting one small habit before bedtime, specifically what you eat in the last 2 hours of your day. Because that's the window that determines whether you'll wake up tomorrow a little stronger or a little weaker. Tonight, I'm going to share with you 4 simple foods, easy to find, gentle on the body, and scientifically proven that can help your body rebuild muscle, reduce inflammation, balance hormones, and improve deep sleep. These aren't miracle foods, and they're certainly not expensive supplements. They're just natural, familiar ingredients that may already be sitting in your kitchen. But the real difference lies in when and how you use them. So let's take a closer look. We're going to explore each food, its unique benefits, and how it helps you restore strength, balance, and better sleep, starting with a small, vibrant green fruit that holds surprising power for both your muscles and your rest. The kiwi. Food number 1. Kiwi, the green light for deep sleep. At first glance, kiwi doesn't seem all that special, just a small, round fruit with brown skin and green flesh, often sliced to decorate a yogurt cup or salad plate. But behind that simple appearance lies an incredible biological power, especially for those entering their 60s. Did you know that kiwi is one of the very few fruits that naturally contain melatonin, the hormone that regulates your body's sleep-wake cycle? As we age, the body's ability to produce melatonin gradually declines, leading to lighter sleep, frequent awakenings, and less restorative rest. Eating kiwi in the evening is like sending your brain a gentle message. It's time to rest. It's time to let your body recover. But what makes kiwi truly special isn't just its melatonin. It's also a natural source of serotonin, the neurotransmitter that stabilizes mood, reduces anxiety, and helps calm the nervous system before sleep. When serotonin levels rise, the body can more easily convert it into melatonin, allowing you to drift into sleep naturally and peacefully. In addition, kiwi is packed with vitamin C and vitamin E, 2 powerful antioxidants that help protect muscle cells from oxidative stress, a major cause of weakness, soreness, and slow recovery. If you often wake up in the morning feeling stiff or slightly numb when standing, that could be a sign of oxidative stress in your muscle tissue. Kiwi helps clear out this cellular waste, allowing your muscle cells to focus on what they're meant to do: repair and rebuild. Try this tonight. About 60 to 90 minutes before bedtime, peel 2 ripe kiwis. Don't rush to eat them. Sit in a quiet corner, turn off the TV, put your phone away, and focus only on your breathing. As you savor the gentle sweetness and cool freshness of each bite, think of it as a signal to your body. It's time to rest. It's time to heal. If you keep this habit for 7 nights in a row, you might be surprised to find yourself sleeping more deeply, waking up less during the night, and feeling lighter and more refreshed in the morning. A study published in the Asia-Pacific Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that people who ate kiwi before bed reduced their time to fall asleep by 35% and increased their total deep sleep time by nearly 13% after just 4 weeks. Kiwi isn't a medicine. It doesn't make you fall asleep instantly. Instead, it gently guides your body into a relaxed state, like a traffic light turning from red to green, signaling your entire nervous system. Now it's time to rebuild. And once sleep has been activated, the next step is to nourish that recovery. Another food that seems reserved for breakfast can actually powerfully stimulate muscle building while you sleep. Let's discover the second food, a familiar yet quietly restorative source of strength, the egg. Food number 2, eggs, the muscle rebuilding. Switch. When we think of eggs, most of us picture breakfast as a familiar meal beside a slice of toast and a hot cup of coffee. But few realize that for people over 60, a soft-boiled egg in the evening can be far more powerful than drinking a protein shake after a workout. It may sound unusual, but it's true. The human body, especially after age 60, no longer responds to protein as efficiently as it once did. Scientists call this phenomenon anabolic resistance. Simply put, your body still absorbs protein, but it doesn't convert it into muscle as effectively. The result? Even if you're eating well, your body can still grow weaker and your muscles continue to shrink. But there's a simple way to wake up that process again by giving your body the right kind of protein at the moment it needs it most, right before sleep. Eggs are a complete source of protein containing all 9 essential amino acids that the body cannot produce on its own. Among them, the most notable is leucine, an amino acid that triggers the muscle building process, like flipping the on switch for protein synthesis. One large egg provides about 500 to 600 milligrams of leucine, enough to send a clear message to your body. It's time to repair and rebuild. Imagine it this way. You're not eating an egg just to satisfy your hunger. You're sending your body a recovery signal. As you rest your head on the pillow, the amino acids from that egg begin to flow through your bloodstream, reaching every tired muscle fiber, every tiny tissue strained from the day's movement. And as you drift into sleep, your body quietly gets to work mending those weakened fibers and rebuilding the strength that's been lost. I remember one of my patients, Leanne, 68, from Texas. She told me that every morning her legs felt like jelly, even shaky when she stood up, and slow when she walked. She thought it was just a normal sign of aging until I suggested she try eating one soft-boiled egg every evening, nothing else. 3 weeks later, she returned to my office with a bright smile. She said, "It feels like my legs remembered how to stand again." That wasn't magic. It was simply the body's natural science responding the right way when given the right support. One egg is small, simple, and easy to find yet powerful enough to activate your body's rebuilding switch. If Kiwi is the signal that helps you drift into deep sleep, then the egg is the fuel that nourishes the systems repairing you while you rest. One soothes the mind, the other restores the body. Together, they work in harmony like the natural rhythm between rest and recovery. And once those two elements are in place, your body needs one final thing: deep muscular and nervous relaxation. A small, crunchy food rich in essential minerals that help you truly let go and enter a deeper state of recovery. Let's discover together pumpkin seeds, the silent guardian of sleep and muscle strength. Food number 3, pumpkin seeds, the mineral of release. There's a saying in medicine: the body cannot heal if the mind has not relaxed. And that's exactly why the third food on this list is so important. Because you may fall asleep, but if your muscles and nerves remain tense, that sleep will only be shallow rest, not true recovery. Small, crunchy, and often seen as just a casual snack, pumpkin seeds are actually one of the richest natural sources of magnesium you can find. Just a small handful, about 28 grams, provides nearly 40% of your daily magnesium needs. But magnesium isn't all they offer. Pumpkin seeds also contain tryptophan, a rare amino acid the body uses to produce serotonin, which is then converted into melatonin, the hormone that promotes deep, natural sleep. And there's more. Pumpkin seeds are also packed with another hidden treasure: zinc. For older adults, zinc plays a vital role in hormone production, immune strength, and maintaining natural testosterone levels in men. Without enough zinc, the body struggles to synthesize protein and repair muscle tissue. That's why adding a few pumpkin seeds in the evening doesn't just help you sleep better, it also helps your body maintain strength, energy, and vitality overall. I still remember Mr. Harold, 72, a retired gardener from Florida. He loved tending to his plants every afternoon, but lately he complained that every morning his body felt stiff, his legs heavy as stone, and every night he'd wake up around 2 a.m., unable to fall back asleep. When we ran some tests, I discovered he had a severe magnesium deficiency. I suggested one simple change. Every night, eat a spoonful of unsalted pumpkin seeds, lightly toasted for warmth, with a pinch of cinnamon, and chew them slowly before bed. 2 weeks later, he called back, his voice full of excitement, like someone who had just found a long-lost treasure of sleep. Doctor, I slept through the entire night. I woke up feeling light. No more aches or stiffness. If you'd like to give it a try, start simple. Each night, take about 1 to 2 spoonfuls of unsalted pumpkin seeds, lightly toast them for aroma, and eat them about 45 minutes before bed. If you like, sprinkle a little cinnamon on top. It enhances the flavor and helps stabilize blood sugar. But most importantly, don't think of it as a snack. See it as part of your bedtime ritual, a natural dose of relaxation that helps your body shift into rest mode. When you chew slowly and feel that rich, nutty flavor spreading in your mouth, it's more than just taste. It's a message you're sending to your body. Everything's okay now. It's time to rest and heal. And when you truly learn how to let your body relax, the process of muscle regeneration becomes much more effective. But for that recovery to last throughout the night, you need a special kind of protein, one that isn't absorbed quickly like meat or eggs, but instead nourishes your body slowly and steadily, hour after hour as you sleep. That protein doesn't come from a lab or industrial protein powders, but from a simple, familiar food that has been part of family meals for generations. Cottage cheese. Food number 4, cottage cheese, the night-long nourishing candle. It's no exaggeration to say that cottage cheese is one of the oldest secrets behind effective overnight muscle recovery. It may not look fancy or trendy like the so-called superfoods you see advertised on TV, but for those who understand how the body regenerates, cottage cheese is like a quiet, steady candle burning slowly, evenly, and long enough to nourish your body throughout the entire night. If most proteins are like a match burning bright but fading quickly, then the protein in cottage cheese, known as casein, is like a candle. It breaks down slowly, digests gradually, and releases amino acids little by little over the course of 6 to 8 hours while you sleep. That means as soon as you lie down, casein quietly goes to work, delivering a steady stream of nutrients to your muscles, helping your body repair and rebuild the worn-out cells from the day. This is something fast-digesting foods like milk or lean meat simply can't do. Not only that, cottage cheese is rich in leucine, an amino acid known for triggering muscle protein synthesis. Another reason cottage cheese is considered the perfect nighttime food is its ability to help stabilize blood sugar levels. It's very low in carbohydrates but high in protein and calcium, which helps regulate insulin, reduce nighttime hunger, and prevent those sudden awakenings caused by low blood sugar. You might worry about digestion, but don't be. Cottage cheese is soft, light, and easy to tolerate, especially if you choose the low-fat or lactose-free version. If you're watching your sodium intake, go for the low-sodium type, which keeps all the nutritional benefits while being gentler on your heart. The best part is, you don't need much, just a few spoonfuls are enough to send a signal to your body that says, it's time to recover. I've given you everything you need. I still remember Mrs. Martha, 76, a retired teacher from Minnesota. She called me one day saying that even though she was getting enough sleep, she kept waking up feeling tired, her legs weak, and her head heavy. After reviewing her diet, I noticed she usually ended her day with a cup of herbal tea and nothing else. I suggested she try adding 3 spoonfuls of low-fat cottage cheese about 30 minutes before bed, without any cookies or sugar. 3 weeks later, she came back with a brighter look in her eyes. I don't know what happened, but I woke up feeling stronger on my feet. It's like my body's been recharged. That's the power of casein, quiet, unhurried, but steady and reliable. If you'd like to give it a try, the simplest way is to eat about 2 to 4 spoonfuls of cottage cheese about half an hour before bedtime. You don't need to feel full, just satisfied. You can mix in a few slices of ripe kiwi to boost natural melatonin, or sprinkle a bit of cinnamon to help stabilize blood sugar. Some people like to add a few slices of banana for extra tryptophan, which helps create a warm, soothing feeling that makes it easier to fall asleep. This isn't just a snack, it's your personal recovery ritual. Imagine that as you drift into sleep, your body no longer falls into an energy deficit. Instead, your muscle cells are gently and steadily nourished like a quiet river flowing through the night, carrying energy, flexibility, and stability into the next morning. That's why people who keep this simple habit often say they sleep more deeply and wake up stronger, even without changing anything else. Cottage cheese may not be a trendy food, but it's a symbol of consistency. It doesn't promise instant results instead. It quietly does its job while you rest. And isn't that exactly what we want at this age? A body that knows how to recover, a night's sleep that heals, and a morning that begins with steadiness, no rush, no fatigue. Now that you've learned about 4 golden foods that help your body restore itself during sleep, there's still one crucial element we can't ignore: the habits that quietly undo all your hard work. Many people eat right, exercise correctly, yet still wake up tired, heavy-headed, and unrested. And when we look closely, the cause often lies in those seemingly harmless things they do every night. The first sleep disruptor is decaf coffee. Many people believe that decaf means caffeine-free and therefore safe before bed. But the truth isn't that simple. A cup of decaf coffee still contains about 5 to 15% of the original caffeine content. For younger people, that amount may seem negligible. But for those over 60, as caffeine metabolism slows down, even that small dose is enough to stimulate the nervous system, make the heart beat faster, and prevent the brain from fully relaxing. In fact, some types of decaf coffee are processed with chemical solvents like methylene chloride, a compound that can interfere with neurotransmitters related to sleep and memory. So if you often enjoy a cup of decaf after dinner to unwind, you might actually be keeping your body in a subtle state of alertness all night long. Another more subtle sleep disruptor is hidden sugar in so-called healthy foods. Many older adults choose fruit-flavored yogurt, granola, or dried fruit as a light evening dessert, thinking they're gentle on the stomach and good for digestion. But in reality, these foods often contain far more sugar than you realize. A single cup of strawberry yogurt can have up to 20 grams of added sugar, while a handful of dried fruit contains about 3 times more concentrated sugar than fresh fruit. When that sugar enters your bloodstream, insulin levels spike to process it and then drop rapidly a few hours later. The result? Around 2 or 3 a.m., your body triggers a false alarm. Cortisol, the stress hormone, is released to raise your blood sugar again. Your heart rate speeds up, and you wake up without knowing why. This is why so many people say they always find themselves waking up at the same time every night. If you enjoy something sweet before bed, switch to unsweetened yogurt mixed with a few fresh berries, half a kiwi, or simply a spoonful of pumpkin seeds sprinkled with cinnamon. These options not only soothe your stomach, but also help keep your blood sugar steady through the night. And finally, the most common and most cleverly disguised sleep disruptor of all, the evening glass of wine. For many people, especially after 60, a small glass of red wine after dinner seems like the perfect way to relax. And it's true at first, alcohol makes you feel drowsy faster. But that effect is only temporary. As your liver metabolizes the alcohol, it triggers the release of adrenaline and suppresses melatonin, the hormone that regulates sleep. This means alcohol helps you fall asleep quickly, but prevents you from entering deep sleep. After a few hours, your body wakes up inside, your heart beats faster, your body temperature rises, and your sleep becomes fragmented. The result, you wake up multiple times during the night or start your morning with a heavy head and a dry mouth. And don't forget that other seemingly harmless habits, like watching stressful news before bed, scrolling through social media, or keeping bright lights on in your room, can also be sleep thieves. The blue light from screens tricks your brain into thinking it's still daytime, suppressing natural melatonin and making it harder to fall asleep, even when your body's tired. Try placing your phone out of reach, turning off the TV, dimming the lights, and spending the last 10 minutes of your day breathing slowly or writing down 3 small things you were grateful for that day. When you reach your 60s, health is no longer a race for speed or strength, it becomes a journey to rediscover balance and endurance. And the beautiful part is, that journey doesn't begin at the gym or in a prescription bottle. It begins right in your kitchen, just before bedtime, with only a few small changes to a soft kiwi, a boiled egg, a spoonful of pumpkin seeds, or a few spoonfuls of cottage cheese. Your body can receive the signal to start rebuilding. Every night as you sleep, your body quietly goes to work healing, strengthening, and restoring. And when you wake up, what you feel isn't just alertness, but the gradual return of strength. Before you go, I have a small request. If you found this video helpful, take a second to click. Like, it helps us know that this content truly brings value to the senior community. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so each week you can receive new science-backed tips on nutrition, heart health, sleep, memory, and overall well-being, all tailored specifically for your age group. You can also share this video with your loved ones, friends, or anyone over 60 who wants to regain deep sleep and the body's natural strength. And I'd love to hear your story. Leave a comment below. Which food will you start with tonight, or which bedtime habit helps you sleep better? We read every comment because your story might become the inspiration for thousands of others on the same path of recovery.